It's a question which can be asked in the context of the whole civilizational decline of India and decline in various institutions of India. And then the question is, when did it begin? What time? Now, it's very easy to say that Islam conquered and it destroyed our universities and our institutions and so hence. But then somebody would very simply ask that, why did Islam conquer? If the Greeks did not conquer, if the not the Persians didn't conquer, or if Central Asians like Kanishka, etc., they didn't conquer in the sense they didn't subjugate, then what happened then? So you see, these are very vital questions relating to various periods of Indian history. Not just that particular period of 19th century. Of course, in 19th century, what developed for the first time in India was a global view. You see, we were not conscious of what was happening in Europe, say in 8th century. Even Aurangzeb punished his own teacher by asking him to leave Delhi because Aurangzeb wrote a letter to him and said that you didn't teach me how the great monarchs of Europe ruled. You only taught me Quran. A very surprising letter. So people were always aware that there was something in the outer world. But in 19th century, once there was the subjugation of the Indian people as a whole, then people said, look, it's very simple. They have better guns. They have better technology. And what to talk of 19th century, I remember when this famous intellectual who wrote this book, Clash of Civilization, Huntington, yeah, he came here in Rajiv Gandhi Foundation and gave a lecture and I attended it. And he said, we conquered you because we had better guns. We conquered the whole world because we had gunpowder and ships and better technology. Now, it is true that technology, powerful technology, was developed in Europe. Why in Europe? Why not in India? Now, these questions cannot be answered so simply. They cannot be answered in terms of just a period or how some king made a mistake. I mean, what was the mistake that the Vijayanagar Empire made and it got destroyed by the 5 small Bahmani kingdoms? These are very big movements. And then, if you want to know what answer I can give, then I have no personal discovery about it, but I can only talk about what he said in the beginning, that there is a cycle. Uthan or Patan. You see, this is what the classical view is. Aristotle also said, what is drama or what is tragedy? Cycle of fortune, rise of fortune and fall of fortune. But what is most important is the formulation of the principles of life. And the principles of life in India are very well formulated in terms of the 4 or 3 purusharthas. Dharma, artha, kam, moksha. If there is an imbalance between dharma, artha and kam, then things will not be right. And you would be surprised to know that the text which says that there should be a perfect balance between dharma, artha and kam is not a so-called spiritual text like some sutra, Brahma Sutra, etc., but it is Kam Sutra. Yes. In the end of the first chapter, this is, I forget right now the sutra, but this is what he says, that whenever you are pursuing one out of the 3, because he enumerates three only, you should not neglect the other two. तो अब काम का आनंद लीजिए, लेकिन इतना नहीं कि आपका घर ही लुट जाए. So I think something must have gone wrong when the decline of Indian civilization began. It began around 7th, 8th century. Maybe we became too much preoccupied with moksha.
Self-obsessed.
Huh?
Self-obsessed भी होगा.
With going within and not losing the grip of the outer world. ये बैलेंस टूट गया, और वो बैलेंस आज भी टूटा हुआ है, उसको हमें रिस्टोर करना है. तो इसीलिए अगर आप तीर्थों का विकास चाहते हैं तो पर्यटन से विकास नहीं होगा. इसी तरह से जितनी भी शिक्षा का विकास चाहते हैं तो केवल स्किल से या केवल धन कमाने से नहीं होगा. उस पे चारों चीजें, ऑल फोर एंड्स ऑफ लाइफ रहेंगे. देखिए, द ग्रेटेस्ट ब्यूटी, आई जस्ट टेक हाफ अ मिनट बिकॉज इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू से. आम आदमी ये कहता है कि सन्यास आश्रम जो है वो सर्व से ऊंचा है, लेकिन महाभारत कहता है कि नहीं, गृहस्थ सबसे ऊंचा है.
मनुस्मृति भी यही कहती है.
मनुस्मृति भी ये कहती है.
गृहस्थ आश्रम को सर्वश्रेष्ठ आश्रम बताया गया,
उत्तम, सर्वोत्तम. अच्छा, उसका रीजन बड़ा सिंपल है कि उससे ही बाकी तीन का पोषण होता है.
ये भी लिखा है,
क्योंकि वो तीनों का पोषण करता है, इसलिए वो सबसे ऊंचा है. अब तीनों का पोषण करता है तो ऐसे ही नहीं कर लेता. ये एक कल्चरल वैल्यू है. ये कल्चरल वैल्यू है कि मैं धन का संचय करता हूं, उपार्जन करता हूं, संग्रह करता हूं लोग, तो अब विद्यार्थी को भी मैं ही पढ़ाऊंगा. और फिर जो अब कहते हैं कि अच्छा भाई अब कुछ विचार कर लें, कुछ शहर के बाहर जाकर कुछ रहें चैन से, उनकी भी देखभाल मैं करूंगा. और जो आत्म के अन्वेषण में लग गए हैं उनका भी मैं पोषण करूंगा. ये दिस इज ए वेरी फंडामेंटल वैल्यूज.